Hello, fellow gardeners. It is Sunday, July 16th. I'm in 10B, Seal Beach, California. It's a nice day today, at least under the shade. This is a 3-week update on my veggie garden. So 2 raised beds, and then a lot of my stuff are in a container. We'll start here in my fenced garden. I have 2 beds. Each bed has various veggie plants, started from seed or overwintered. And starting at the very front here, this is my sunburst squash. There's a couple of fruit. I don't think this one was pollinated, but got a couple of more fruits here. Here is my little bites cherry container tomato. Finally got some ripened tomatoes here. I got a bunch of cherry tomatoes. It's a very tiny plant. It's probably, I don't know, 1.5 foot tall. So here's my edemame, which not yet ready for harvest, but soon. A couple of green onions. Here are 2 lemon basil, and I believe that's a zinnia. More basils here, marigold, more basils over there. And this is my, it is a early container tomato. I think it's called, I think you pronounce it stupus. I could be wrong, I have no idea. I think it has some kind of disease because I had to remove a lot of leaves because they're just turning yellow, just like this. So, and it's pretty sparse. It does have a lot of fruit. It hasn't, none of them has ripened, so I'm not sure how it tastes like because I've never grown this before. I thought it was a cherry tomato, but I mean, look at the size of those 2 and these. I mean, it's larger than cherries, but definitely smaller than your beefsteak. All right, here's my cucumbers. I'm finally getting some fruit. Initially, it was just a lot of flowers, male flowers, and finally I'm getting some fruit. So these are both Armenian yard-long cucumbers. What is this? Cosmos double Dutch rose, or double Dutch flower. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, so I've never grown this before, so it's my first time growing it this year. So I'm hoping to taste one this year. Moving on here, it's about 6 just sweet peppers, lots of fruits. But this one, all of them are overwintered from last summer, and I'm so excited. This is my favorite pepper. It has a very thick skin, and it's very sweet when you let it ripen all the way to yellow. Look, so I'm really excited. There, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought I had 6. I guess I have 5. So I'm really excited. Here's a green onion I've had for a couple of years. I just let it overwinter, I guess, and I just cut it and it keeps coming back. There's an edemame I direct sow. A couple of green onions I transplanted. Another green onion there. And here is my really sad sun gold. This is like my favorite tomato because it's the sweetest I've ever had. And all of the leaves are just turning yellow and just drying out. So I'm not sure what's wrong with it. And here's another one. There's a second one and it's the same issue. I don't know. I'm gonna have to pull it because it's really stunted too. So I have to pull it and not plant tomatoes here for the next, or actually nightshade. I was reading about it. So I'm not gonna be planting any nightshades in this bed for a couple of years. There's one marigold there and another basil. Let's go to my other next bed there. All right, here's my other bed, garden bed. There's oh my goodness, what was this called? I think it was Karina. So as you can see, I've harvested a couple of cucumbers already because last time 3 weeks ago I had about 4 or 3 I think. Harvested at least 2, got 1 there, but it's like stunted. It hasn't grown since like last I showed you guys. So I don't know what's going on here. And this is also stunted too, the Armenian cucumber. I mean, it hasn't grown very much, but I do have a couple of fruits, so I'm really excited. Here's my eggplant black beauty. 3 or 4 green onions, and I think that's a volunteer zinnia. And this is my container Ostia zucchini. So I've been harvesting a lot. I need to harvest that because it's getting way too big. I need to pull that out because it looks like it wasn't pollinated. And then behind these are a bunch of okras. So I got 2 here that are burgundy okra, and the rest are heavy hitters. That one in the back there, I don't think it's getting enough sun. That's why it's kind of still small. The other 4 are doing pretty well. So I'm seeing some veggies come in. And then more basil, zinnia, marigold. Oh, and my very crazy tomato. I grew this last year, but it didn't do too well, so I didn't get a lot of fruit. But oh my god, look at this. What happened to, oh here, oh no. Oh no. Oh, it bent. I need to give it more support, but look at this. That's a lot of tomatoes. Look at that. Oh, but I need to tie it. Oh, shoot. And there's more there. More there. And more flowers there. And some yellowing here, but it's not as bad as the one my sun gold, which is really sad. There are my okras there. Alright, here's another angle of my very crazy tomato. I just quickly fixed it. Hopefully it'll be okay. Hopefully it will still ripen because the branch is kind of damaged. So more fruit coming in. Alright, so now I'll share my container garden here. I'll start with this tomato. I think this is also a stupus container tomato. This is also having some issues, like the brown spots there, the yellowing is there, but it has tons of tomatoes, so that's always a good thing. But oh my god, it's also loaded. It's amazing. So hopefully it'll ripen. There you go. It's a tall tomato for a container tomato. Alright, here is my jade beans. I have 2 here. My goodness, every weekend I have to harvest green beans because they get so big so quickly. Here's my basil. I'm gonna let it go to seed to attract more pollinators because I have a lot of basils anyway. And then right here, here's my rectangular container. Jade beans I've been harvesting, stevia that I just pruned and saved or dried the leaves. I believe this is parsley. Another Cosmo here, Cosmo there, another jade beans, and then here's my rosemary that I just pruned, getting really big. And then here's my new addition, which is a lemon balm. Never grew it before, so I grew that from seed. Behind me is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tier green stalk. Here's edemame. I direct sowed, not doing very well. There were 2 here, but looks like it's been eaten by something. But mostly strawberries. And then over up here is jade beans. So I don't know if you guys recall, but there were a bunch of aphids in all of them, and so I removed some of the leaves. It was like heavily infected, and then I sprayed it with water and soap, and now they're doing very well. I mean, I've harvested so many beans from all of them, and they tasted fine. And I harvested again today, and it looks like, oops. But I mean, I have not had any issues, so you can fix some issues. Alright. Here is my sad looking tomato. Having so many problems with tomatoes this year. So this one is a container. It is, oh, I don't know what it is. It's another container. It's either Tasmanian or I forgot what the other one. But I mean, look at those large fruits. Right? It's huge. But look at the leaves. All the leaves are dying off. I don't know what it is. I mean, this is the only one though that is has this kind of disease. I mean, the leaf just turns brown and then dies and dries up. It had a lot of flowers, but they just fell. So, but I got fruit. Hopefully it'll ripen before it dies out. There's my bush slicer cucumber, containing cucumber. I've harvested probably about 4 on this one. It's very productive. Oh, and then in anticipation of this dying out, I went ahead and planted a squash sunburst. So sad, really sad, because I was looking forward to having a beefsteak size tomatoes this year. Now most of my tomatoes are cherries. Anyway, let's go to the back there. Alright, here's another container tomato. I transplanted this last night. It had a volunteer cucumber here. It got pretty large, but no fruit, no flowers. So I just pulled it. Again, this is super bush container tomato. Hopefully, this is the beefsteak. Here's a volunteer pepper. So I guess I had jalapeno pepper here because of the label there. But when I tasted one, it wasn't hot at all. So I don't know what it is. Moving on. Here I have transplanted 2 more just pepper. So they were both started from seed at the same time. This one not doing so well. This one is awesome looking. All of these, basil, marigold, and Thai basil again, all volunteers. Behind it is a cutting from my sun gold that was from the bed, and it looks like it's not doing very well because it's also infected with whatever it has. So I'm gonna probably toss that. I had 2 berry cherries tomato, and those, one of them got transplanted to the front garden container, and the other one is right there, just doing very well. Here is a fig tree, and I got a couple of volunteer things. I don't know what this is. It's not sun gold because it's not very sweet, but I keep it because it has not much fruit, but it also has a disease, yellowing to brown. But at least this one is a very slow moving disease, where the other ones are quickly killing off my tomato plants. Volunteer marigold and then a volunteer Thai basil. Okay, here are 2 of my jalapeno. Oh, they're turning red. I got this from a nursery, so there were 2 in the pot, and then I separated them. So this is one and that's the other one. But it says jalapeno, and just look how tiny they are. And now it's turning red. I thought I have to give it a try because now I'm not too sure. Maybe they mislabeled it, I'm not sure. But one is doing quite well. Well, this one has a lot of fruit. That one has a lot of flowers, but a lot of them are just kind of falling. I'm not sure why. I mean, it looks pretty healthy. It's a volunteer Thai basil. And then that one behind it, that's just sweet. Just sweet. And that one looks like it has fruits. And over there is some strawberries. Alright, here's my 4-tier green stalk, mostly strawberries. Top are green peppers. I'm sorry, green peppers. Well, this is a green pepper. It's shishito. I transplanted a couple of weeks ago. It's doing quite well. More jade beans, jade beans, jade beans, jade beans, edemame, and then chard, arugula chard. Oh, and here I decided to put a cucumber, Katrina. Okay, I already harvested one from here. Okay, and then there's 3 more. It's very prolific. I put that stake there in hopes that it won't break off. Oh, I need to water these because it's looking fairly sad here. But more Thai basil, catnip, and strawberries. And then I'm trying to root strawberry runners. Excuse the mess. And here's my new pot here that I just got. More Thai basil. No, not. Oh, I think it's lemon. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm gonna go let it go to seed. I'm gonna let it go to flower because I got 3 just sweet peppers I just transplanted. So having this so then it will attract the pollinators and protect the peppers from bugs, I think. Anyway, they did well in the transplant, so I'm happy with it. Oh, it's not even on. Alright, so more basils. So basically I'm just letting all of my basil go to flower so that they can attract all the pollinators. I'm just leaving some, like the sweet basil, and then a couple of lemon basil to make tea. So there's another one. This one is longevity spinach that I've had it for like 3 years, and it's been in the same pot. And I pruned it heavily a couple weeks ago, and it looks like it's doing pretty well. I did take some cuttings so I can root them and maybe replace this one with the cuttings, depending if the cutting survives and roots. Here's my other lemon basil just hanging. All right, well, that's my update. The backyard is a mess because I just cleaned the cushions from our furniture there, so it's messy today. But thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a good Sunday. Bye.